On this week's episode, we end the year with a bang.
That's right. Not a whimper, a bang. A bang. A bang, 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 bang. Because I like to bang.
I can see that. I also get to see some more shows in Las Vegas.
And we remember the celebrities that have left us this past year by becoming deceased.
Or dying. Or in memorandum. We have, okay. I learned there's now paper pianos.
And we talk about things that we discovered this year that ended up becoming a reality.
Yeah. There's actually people living in 3D printed houses that we talked about. There's Alexa going around your house on wheels.
And of course, if you work at home and if you get hurt at home, it's now a workplace accident.
Oh, bother.
What the heck? Are you now Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, I guess I am. That means I'm not wearing any pants. Just a shirt, no pants. But we're going to welcome you to the new year.
Have a wonderful new year.
Welcome to the Don't Know Show. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show, podcast, and live Twitch stream.
Okay, you shouldn't have to read yet. We haven't added the added part till after I say this part.
Well, I'm looking at it so I know where I am.
Well, just pull it down and move it or something. But you don't have to. You shouldn't have to read this. This is my next part is, and we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today.
However, but before we get to that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It is very important.
Yeah, I didn't realize how important it is, but like most people don't. Like you'll have like 1,000 viewers, and you'll have like 3 of them subscribe.
Exactly,
and you have like 1 like, and 10 hates. So
that's one thing that's really cool. We have, hang on, 414 shows that have already been published.
Right.
Okay. We have not had a single hate or dislike, I guess is what they're really called.
Yeah. I
shouldn't have said that because that's going to
challenge accepted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. I love the fact that Scott does not think before he talks. That's what makes the show so interesting.
It does, but it's incorrect. It's just that I might be thinking kind of wonky.
No, you don't think. So the way you work is you process, you put into your mind what you want to say, and then you just blurt it out while you're thinking of what you want to say next.
Yeah.
And never listening to the other person.
Well, see, again, that is incorrect. I am listening. I'm not comprehending.
That is totally correct. I've seen you do that with people when you're talking to them.
But I still listen. I'm hearing
your
them.
side of the conversation. See, going on.
So
but
you know what's good about that,
when
Steve?
I talk, he talks. He's up.
I
didn't catch me, but you didn't catch me.
You're too fast for me.
Me.
Oh, I don't want her. You can have her. He's too fast for me. So it's time for you to do your thing.
Well, no, we're going to talk about the pictures behind us.
Exactly. That's your thing.
That's my thing.
You always say that. I'm not the one who says it. You're the one who says that.
It could be either of our things. Just don't show me your thing. But you can
not like you haven't seen it already.
But you can show me the picture behind you.
You know what that is?
It looks like your house.
No, my house is not that decorated.
Oh,
when we first moved in here.
Is that what it says in the snow? When you move out of the way, there's going to be wee in the snow that says
exactly
Merry Christmas.
And it looks like lemon snow cones.
Tying it back to your thing.
Yeah. So anywho's, when we first moved in here, because you remember how we used to do the big decorating jobs for Halloween and Christmas at our old house.
You didn't have the lights.
We came here, we did the same thing. We set up for Halloween like crazy. We had everything just up I was all in my costume standing outside with the sound system playing. We had nobody, absolutely nobody.
Right.
So we found out later that there's no children in this entire neighborhood.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Then
what you can do now is just stand up because you say you pee during the show. You stand up and pee and just right now, just pee on your green screen. So it says Merry Christmas on there. Go ahead.
No.
I'm tying back in your thing.
Besides, I have to pee before we begin the show because I have enough trouble getting through the end of the show.
Okay, well, now's your opportunity to pee before we begin the show.
I already did that. But anywho's, we did the same thing for Christmas. We did the whole job. We had Santa and the reindeer on the roof. We had gigantic wreaths. We had garland, lights freaking everywhere. Stuff hanging from the big tree. And again, nobody stops. So we have just made it elegant now.
Huh.
It looks pretty. But anyway, this was trying to remember which street this was on. I was out driving around. Oh, so when I was doing Santa Claus, I drove past this house. I thought it was cool, so I took a picture of it.
Really?
Yep.
That's awesome. All right. So then mine, you commented. I don't know which way to turn. I'm gonna turn this way.
Yes, that would be the good way.
You commented on one of my posts. So for those of you who don't go to Instagram or go down there to whathappened.world and find my Instagram, my Facebook, and subscribe, you would have known I went to see America's Got Talent.
Yes.
Live at the
Live, not with Mammoth.
With Preacher Lawson. Well, one of the acts is the Clairvoyants. They are Austrian. If you were listening to the pre-show, you heard me find out that Austrian is different than German, but it's close. But they do a force. And you can see there's a bunch of cards with different words on the backs, and they got those words, and they show a picture that has those 3 words on it. Well, the guy who won, God, why can't I remember his name? Winner of America's Got Talent this year. He headlines the show.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. You
Well,
saw it,
it's part of it. Dustin Tavella.
Okay.
And he performed with Matt Franco, who also won and has a show here, but he does the last trick of the show. And I went to the show with my brother-in-law and his friend Don.
Okay.
And he does a trick where it's a long trick, but everybody in the audience writes down something on a piece of paper, and the ushers come around, they collect all the piece of paper, and they throw them in a tub on the end of the stage. And he doesn't touch well, he does touch the tub. He pulls some out and reads them to show people there's different stuff in it, right? Then he has a person, he doesn't touch anything here. A person from the audience come in, pick a piece of paper out of the tub, and then open it up. He doesn't have to the magician. That person opens it up, and then the word that's on there magically appears like in all these different places, right?
Okay.
Like, oh, look, it's been here all the time. It's been here all the time. It's been here all the time. So my brother-in-law was blown away by that trick. Absolutely blown away by that trick.
Okay. Well, yeah, a lot of people are. That's why they do it.
So I'm like, okay, that's one of the first tricks I learned. So we go on a golf trip every year.
Right.
So I'm going to let him shuffle up a deck of cards at the beginning of golf one day. I'm going to put an envelope, give him an envelope, and tell him take the top card, put it in the envelope. Don't look at it. Put it in the envelope, seal the envelope, fold it, put it in his pocket all day long. Then at the end of the golf, I'm going to have him open the envelope. Don't look at the card. Hold it to his chest. I'm going to light the envelope on fire, take the ashes. Which way does my arm go? This way. I'm going to smear them on my arm here, and the card is going to appear on my arm. But not only that, I'm going to show them the golf ball I've been using all day. And on the golf ball, printed on the golf ball, not with a Sharpie, actually printed on the golf ball, it's going to say John picked, and then the card he picked. Then my golf ball marker is going to have a little logo in it with the card he picked on it. Then I don't know how far I'm going to go with this, but I'm thinking about buying everybody a golf towel and having them hold the card he's going to pick somewhere in the picture, like maybe out of their pocket or something, make them all golf towels, hand them to him before we go golfing that day, and have him show John the golf towel and show him where the card is on the golf towel of every one of the golf towels that's printed out.
Okay. I only see one drawback to that scenario.
What's that?
There's no way that you can make one golf ball last your entire round of golf.
Oh, I'll print it on like a dozen, because you don't just get it printed on one.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But you're saying, I'll print it on the golf ball. I've been using it the whole time. You can't lose too many.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I have been. Like, I'll make him go pull it out of the hole, the last hole or something, or whatever. Point being, though, is so you want mind blown. There you go. Then when we go back to the hotel room, I'm going to turn the shower on in his bathroom in his room and let the mirror steam up. And the mirror is going to say, John picked that card.
There you go.
So that should blow his mind. I mean, I don't know. It's a good performance, but
It's also a lot of work.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of how else I can reveal the card.
The advantage to the way the other guy is doing it is he's getting paid to do it. You're going to have to do this on your own dime and time.
Yeah. Exactly. It's still all right. Whatever.
Still cool. Don't get me wrong. It's, look at the stuff we do. Look at the stuff we do and not get paid for.
I know, but I'm happy for him. I mean, it's great, but
then why weren't you clapping your hands?
I was. I'm just trying to figure out how to blow my brother-in-law's mind in person. Oh yeah, Justin Tavella's.
You stick a straw in his ear.
Yeah, Justin Tavella's talented and smart, but I think that's a cool way to reveal it.
Sure.
So there you go.
I like it.
So yeah, so it inspired me to have some fun. And when are we going? First January, February, March, April. I think the first week of April.
April showers bring May flowers, except in Las Vegas because it doesn't rain in April.
Yeah, I think where is it?
What is a rainy
February,
month?
March, April. This is it. We're in rainy season now. It rained over.
That's
Christmas.
right. I saw a big news thing. A police officer was doing a report for the cameras, and another squad car drove through and soaked her.
Really?
Yep.
That's mean.
On the strip.
That is just mean.
Yep. It was on. It was funny. She walks close to the camera with this look on her face like, I can't believe this just happened.
All right. So I know you've seen. So remember I talk about things that I see or don't see or I don't know.
You talk about a lot of stuff. Nobody ever pays attention to you.
But yes, but things I've seen or not seen. So there's a bunch of signs here. The important one is the For Lease sign.
Yes.
I have not seen this until this year, and I don't know why I haven't seen this for this year. But see where it says For Lease? Or like For Lease where it's blank over here?
Yes.
Somebody spray painted Navidad underneath that.
For Lease Christmas.
For Lease Navidad. For Lease Navidad.
I get it. Please,
I've never seen that before. Okay. I've never seen that before this year.
Okay.
Have you ever seen
I should have got that because I saw a couple cute ones too, and I don't remember.
But have you ever seen that one?
No.
Like For Lease Navidad. When is that? When okay, the Don't Know show.
Okay. See, and he talks about me leaving dead air.
You're supposed to fill in. When did that song? When was that song written? Feliz Navidad song written.
When was it written?
Yeah, by Jose Feliciano.
Yeah, I was like
1970.
Right. I was going to say late 60s, early 70s.
1970. So 70, 80, 90, 2000. That's 40 years. And that's the first time I've seen that.
50 years.
Huh?
You forgot 2010.
Oh, yeah, it's 2020. So this song, the song is as old as we are. And
yes,
I've not seen
the song's as old as we are.
And I've not seen that before. I find that hard to believe that this is the first year I've seen that.
I think what part of the problem is we've probably seen it in the past, and of course, we've just completely forgotten.
No.
Oh, that's right. You have one of those weird memories. You never forget anything.
Not that. I would have remembered that. Remember, that's why it drives me crazy. That's why it drove me crazy for so many years with the 7-Up commercial. Hey, I think I heard our slogan. Yes. And then it was like 5-6 years later where I finally saw a t-shirt that said 7, make 7. And then on the back it said up yours.
Up yours, yeah.
Yeah. So I thank you, but no.
Yeah, it's funny the things we remember, because I can still remember the ditty that I read on a bathroom stall when I was 6 years old waiting for Santa Claus.
You did a ditty?
Kind of.
In a bathroom stall?
I believe they're called limericks.
Okay, I'm afraid to ask. Do we need to warn the audience to cover their ears?
Well, it is not completely clean, although it's not totally vulgar either.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
Very similar.
Who gave his sister a bucket?
Yes. No, He who writes on shithouse walls rolls his shit in little walls. He who reads these lines of wit eats those little walls of shit. From 6 years old, I read it once and I never forgot it because it made such an indelible impression.
Cool. For Lease Navidad.
Trust me, my mom was not happy that I remembered that.
She shouldn't let you go to the bathroom by yourself then.
Yeah. I was 6 years old. I was going to the bathroom a long time by myself.
All right. So, New Year.
Yes.
New Year resolution.
For those of you who are watching the YouTube version of the show, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So, did you see Spider-Man yet?
No.
Matrix?
We actually did not go out this weekend. We had considered it, but we
Afraid of Omicron?
Well,
Afraid of moronic?
We there's a big wave coming through this area right now.
Of moronic?
Well, it's worse in Florida.
Everybody's getting it.
Well, yeah, it's
highly.
They
contagious.
warned us
That's
right at the beginning that this was going to last, 3 years, and it's going to live up to that.
But that's the whole point of this moronic one.
So
anagram moronic.
But from what I've been reading, again, it's a don't know show. This is just stuff I've read, and I do the fact checking stuff. I don't listen to specific political sides of this. The WHO, Steve's favorite group, has mentioned that this particular version should be the one that, like the Spanish flu, turns into the flu, for the rest forever. I don't quite understand it, but that's
cold and flu season.
Right. It's going to become the norm, and it's not going to be as bad because once you have it, it'll be just like getting flu all the time. People still die from the regular flu. It's just in much smaller percentages. I mean, the average flu death per year in the United States is 35,000. And, we hit 700,000 last year. So there's a huge ass difference.
Yep. Crazy. Oh, what the heck? Where'd it go?
But of course, some people are still saying it's a hoax, even though it's worldwide. Yeah. Great.
Well, it is a hoax. It is a hoax. Just like the landing on the moon is a hoax and their world is flat is a hoax. World is flat. World is round. Who knows? Don't know show.
So anyway, you came up with one that we talked about every year.
Yep.
The celebrities who have died in the year that we are in, which this year is still 2021.
And this, I got a pretty cool little thing here. Whoops. You know what? I didn't share sound or audio, but this should work. All right. So there are 229 in this list. Okay. So I'm going to stop by the ones I know. If you see one, you let me know and you yell stop.
You think I know any of these people?
Yeah, I think you do. You know that one.
What one?
Leonard Hubbard, right there.
I know Leonard Hubbard.
Yeah, he's from the Roots. He's the bass player from the Roots.
I'll take your word for it. You got to remember, I don't know any of those people.
Let's see. This guy, this guy, Eddie Mecca.
Oh, he looks familiar. Wasn't he on
Laverne and Shirley?
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy.
Well, I need to see the picture. I don't know the name. It doesn't really ring a bell.
Steven Sondheim? We talked about him.
Well, that's a possibility, but I don't recognize him.
Art LaFleur.
Oh, he was on some big 70s thing.
Yep. Gavin O'Hurley. Eddie Haskell. He played as he wasn't Eddie Haskell, but he played Eddie Haskell in one of the movies.
Right.
This guy, Dean Stockwell.
That is a name I know, yes.
Yeah, you know him. He was on one of your shows. He was on the Leap. Remember the Leap show?
Yeah, Quantum Leap, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, anybody here? That guy, Peter Scolari.
He looks familiar, but I don't know why.
And I don't know why. This guy.
Well, it's Betty Lynn that was
Don Watt's wife.
Well, no, not wife. Well, in the show, TV show. The guy to the left of them, he looks familiar too.
Him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen him in things.
I don't know why this guy. He was an actor. I've seen him in some. He's a bad guy.
Yes, he plays a bad guy frequently. And Petty Maloney, I've seen too, but I don't know why.
Patty.
And that guy right there, Fuller, I've seen him in a couple of things, but I don't know why.
You know this guy, Alan Coulter. He's been in some stuff. No. Alan Lancaster.
Now you're to that. Now there's the guy I really remember. I liked him in everything he did. Yes.
You know, Willie Garrison. Yep.
Willie was funny.
He was
funny.
He was in
Magnum PI, all sorts of stuff.
Crud. The one with the guy who was the white paper or something. He was a crook. He was a thief.
Yes.
He was the Thief's Fence. I can't remember the name of the show.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. It was a remake of
Tim Donnelly. I don't remember what he was on, but Tim Donnelly.
I don't remember either.
Jane Powell.
Of course.
You know this guy, Norm Macdonald, baby.
Yep. So yeah, it's
remember this guy, Michael Constantine. He was on a bunch of cop shows.
Yep. Ed Asner.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Charlie Watts.
Yep. But again, most of these people I don't
Everly
even know their
Brothers.
names. I just know, I recognize
Everly Brothers.
Faces.
Remember Don Everly, the Everly Brothers.
Yep.
And you know this guy, Tom T. Hall.
Tom T. Hall. Oh, Nancy who? Griffith. Nancy Griffith. So
you know Marky Post.
Marky Post, yep.
Yep. From Night Court, yep. Charles Connor. The white who played the voice.
Yeah, obviously. Is Jay Pickett Arnold Schwarzenegger's stand-in stuntman?
I don't know. Yep, remember Ron Popeil? Seen on TV?
Yep, I've seen on TV.
The Popeil pocket peeler.
He was a genius.
Biz Marquis.
Charlie Robinson from Night Court also.
John Lawton.
Don't recognize him.
William Smith. I don't remember what shows he was on, but he was on a lot of shows.
Yeah, it's Ned Beatty.
Ned Beatty. Ned Beatty.
Beatty.
Ned Beatty.
Beatty. Yeah, this is amazing. We lost a lot of people.
Remember this guy from the Mod Squad, Clarence Williams III?
It is going to become more prevalent because more and more there's
love boat. Soon we'll be making another round. BJ Thomas, raindrops keep falling on my head. You knew that, right?
Now, Kevin Clark, he looks familiar. Was he like the brother in Home Alone?
Don't know. No, who knows? Charles Grodin.
Yeah. Recognize Norman, too.
Norman Lloyd Price. Remember her, right? Tawny Katane?
Yes.
Remember the girl on White Snake who was in the white dress on the car?
No.
Oh, she looked way better than that, though. Olympia Dukakis, you remember her?
Yes.
Olivia? Oh, it was Olympia.
Olympia, yeah.
Johnny Crawford from the Rifleman?
Yep. Matter of fact, I just saw an episode of that when I was bored.
Black Rob. Tempest Storm.
Wow.
I mean, look at this. Amazing. DMX. Remember DMX?
Now, here's the part that's really, obviously.
Prince Philip.
These people got into got on here because they were somebody. These are celebrities.
Remember Jessica Walter and George Siegel? They did a lot of stuff together.
Well, now you're coming up to somebody I recognize.
You remember Sabina Smits?
No, next one. That's Sabine.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Uncola Nut. He was the voodoo dude in James Bond.
Yes.
Yes.
He almost always played a bad guy. He just had the perfect look for it.
He had the verve voice for it, too.
Yeah.
Rush finally passed on. Mary Wilson. Remember her from
I do.
I can't remember the singing group now. Dang it.
Heart.
No, not that.
Mary Wilson was in oh crap, you're right. Not shit. Did a couple soundtracks too.
Christopher Plummer and Screech.
Okay, hang on. The guy with the long mustache. He looks familiar. Who is he?
Billy Brown?
Billy Brown. What was he in?
I don't know.
He
What?
looks familiar.
Cloris Leachman.
Yeah, she was fun.
Cicely Tyson. Alan Burns. Bruce Kirby. Remember Bruce Kirby?
Yep. Next couple.
Hal Holbrook.
Yep.
And this guy.
Harry King.
15
That's
wives.
one that I knew before you even clicked on him.
15 wives? How many? A lot of wives.
Was it? Really?
I had a lot.
Mira Furlan. She was always nice too.
Peter Mark Richmond. Phil Spector.
Yep. The Wall of Sound.
Yeah. Jimmy Rogers. Oh, yeah. Siegfried passed away.
Yep. From Siegfried and Roy.
John Riley.
She looks familiar too, but I don't know why.
Yep. Tanya Roberts definitely looks familiar.
Yep. Yeah, Marion Ramsey was in a lot of stuff.
Barbara Shelley. Gary Marsden.
Oh,
George.
if any of them are up there looking down on me, I apologize for that, remembering a lot of you.
I thought that was cool. That was a cool list. That was a lot of people in
A
memorandum.
lot of people.
So lost a lot of people. A lot of people. So I think you need to cheer us up. Or do we go to another subject?
Yeah, we need another subject.
All right. Then this one's cool. All right. So you know how you can print on stuff like piece of paper and do that? Well, check this out.
We always print on paper. Well, you print on the wall, I suppose, but
You can print on all kinds of stuff now. You can buy one of them laser printers. I think I might want to buy one of those.
a laser printer?
A printer that prints on all kinds of stuff. I'll have to show you that.
Oh, like a 3D printer?
No. A printer that prints.
Used.
Well, they've got, okay, let's do this first. Then we're going to jump to some other subjects. Then you can do the other stuff. But check this out. You print on the piece of paper, and then your phone detects where you're touching on the paper and plays the keys on the keyboard on the piano.
Ah.
Isn't that weird? Because you've seen the ones with the keyboards that can do that, right?
Yes. But I'm curious. It says it's doing it wirelessly, but how is a piece of paper generating power for the cell phone?
It's not. It draws the power it needs from the smartphone. The paper draws but it's got some kind of weird sensor that tells how far away you are.
All right. So
it's not that interesting.
It's probably the same system where you can put a phone on top of this pad and it charges the phone.
No, it's okay. Dyslexic
boy.
boy.
I'm talking about the technology.
Dyslexic boy. Dyslexic boy. The phone is not getting power from the paper.
I realize that, but I'm sure it's a similar technology. It says it does it wirelessly.
Okay.
I was reading it.
You were just screwing it up. All right. Laser printer. Laser print. I can't believe you don't know this about this printer.
Well, why would I?
All right.
Sometimes I wonder about you.
Check this out, dude.
Okay.
You see that?
Yes.
It actually prints on stuff.
This is Laser Pecker, the world's smallest smart portable laser engraver.
Yeah.
Start from scratch. Automatic lifting and focusing. It can determine the height of the object accurately and engrave precisely. Laser Pecker can copy your sketch to make it work on your desktop. Choose a favorite photo and connect to your smartphone or tablet and start engraving immediately. There are no restrictions on Laser Pecker. Record your ideas at any time, anywhere, with any pattern and style. Exclusive foldable protective cover. Provides better protection and using experience. You can also use it to cut out the model from cardboard or blanket. With Laser Pecker, you can decorate your home or even your loved ones. Make the ordinary day become extraordinary. Personalize your item. Draw and engrave on craft cardboard, wood, leather, and many other materials with so many different applications. It is also suitable for expanding tripods. Carve any place that belongs to you. Laser Pecker is compact and portable. It can be lifted, folded, and stored fast. You can take it anywhere. It's easy to get Laser Pecker ready to work. Laser engraving is as simple as having a cup of coffee. Realize all your imaginations with Laser Pecker.
Yeah.
It's only $500, man.
It's only what?
$500.
Yeah. Only $500.
But for okay, I do want to correct one thing on there. Did you hear him say engrave anywhere, even on your loved ones?
No, he said, well, he didn't say it that way. He said
it said something about like engraving on your loved ones.
Yeah, on anything that you own,
including your loved ones.
Right. I think he said.
I got to replay it. I have to replay it.
I think he said for your loved ones, or about your loved ones.
Like,
yeah.
Your desktop. No restrictions on Laser Pecker. Record your ideas at any time, anywhere, with any pattern and style. Exclusive foldable protected cover. Provides better protection and using experience. You can also use it to cut out the model from cardboard or blanket. With Laser Pecker, you can decorate your home or even your loved ones.
Yes, you can decorate your home or even your loved ones.
There you go.
There it was.
Okay.
Personalize your item. Draw and engrave on craft cardboard.
I'm trying to figure out why.
Materials with so many different applications.
Can I go back far enough?
Draw and engrave on craft cardboard, wood, leather, and many other materials. Personalize your item. Draw and engrave on craft cardboard, wood, leather, and many other materials with so many different applications. You can decorate your home or even your loved ones.
There it is.
Decorate your home or even your loved ones. You can decorate your home or even your loved ones.
Yeah,
you can decorate your home or even your loved ones.
Steve got that.
Right? Right? There it was. So I'm saying no. Okay, so that was the one. What was the other thing that I said that you didn't get? Went no. I can't believe you didn't know that these things existed.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I lead a sheltered life. All I do is work and worry.
Yeah, but you talk to people.
Not as much as I used to. I cannot wait for that to come back.
Oh, yeah, this is the other one. Hang on.
Now we have to hang on while Steve decides to do something else instead of what we're supposed to do at this time part of the show.
Okay, this was the other one.
The cow one.
Where the heck is it? Dang it.
I have no idea.
No.
Yes. That reminds me of the Singing in the Rain movie.
All right, here it is. I just got to find a video of it.
So now we're waiting for a video. Well,
here it is.
It's about time because I didn't know what else to talk about.
Two, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Thanks to Prinker, these tattoos will, because they'll wash right off. You choose what you want from the app. I'm going to get this little fox.
That's MetaMask.
Here we go. Hey, branded for life. Well, at least until I shower.
Interesting.
Hello, my name is Aaron, and today we're going to be looking at the
All right, so how much are Prinkers? Prinkers are only $275.
Okay, that seems to be cheaper.
So there you go. Buy me those for Christmas. Hi, Thumper.
I tried to go slow. As soon as he saw himself on the monitor, he jumps. So that's funny.
So you didn't know about Prinker either?
Nope.
And Prinker's in color.
I noticed that.
They do color tattoos.
So, that has potential for doing some fun stuff.
Okay. All right. So now we need to jump over to and we're not that late.
No, we're not.
You made it sound like, oh my gosh.
Don't forget, we started 2 minutes early.
It's only 4 minutes.
I
4
realize
minutes an
that.
hour is
But
not.
you're not the
even
one doing
four-
the editing that has
it's
to go
not
back
even
and forth until I
4%
find the
off.
right spot.
4% off. Whatever. You can't figure it out.
Of course, I figured it out. Have I not figured it out all these times?
And what editing do you have to do for this part?
What do you think mean? The part where it says genuine
Put little words at the
positivity
bottom.
message. Yes, the words. That's
Leave them off.
editing.
Is that hard? Is that hard? Leave them off.
Leave them off.
Leave them off.
All right. So do your introduction like a good boy.
Here comes Scott. It's time to be positive for the last what?
Who says I'm a good boy?
It's time to be positive for the last time of the year. Welcome, Scott Thomas, Funguy The Entertainer, with our genuine positivity message.
Which would be really, really awesome. The new year is here with a chance for a fresh start. So on New Year's Eve, I will make my resolution to be fresh.
Be fresh.
Yeah, I just hope I don't get slapped.
Be fresh. Be fresh. Be fresh. Be fresh. Be fresh.
Not refresh. Be fresh.
Be fresh. Subway.
Subway. Oh, is that who does that?
So we are a Subway. We are a Subway.
Maybe they
That's
should
a
be
Subway ad.
They should be paying us then.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You just did a Subway ad. So be fresh, Subway. That's their logo.
Okay.
Right?
Works for me.
Right or wrong?
I'll take your word for it. I do remember hearing it, and that does sound right. So,
Are you serious?
no, I'm never serious. Besides, Sirius was on.
I don't know show.
What was he on? He was on something. One of the science fiction shows that we watch. But I don't remember anymore. So, anywho's, what subject should we go to next?
I moved them around.
I see that.
Subway
So,
sandwiches.
It looks like we're
Subway
supposed to be
sandwich.
talking.
Hold on, I'm trying to find Subway sandwiches.
I can start talking about it while you're trying to find Subway sandwiches. Otherwise, people are wondering what the hell
I
we're
don't
doing.
see it. Where's the partner? No. Be fresh. Subway. Let me go this way. I'm just gonna do Subway sandwiches.
Who uses the tagline "Be Fresh"?
Well, you do
All right.
that.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Oops.
But I know I'm right. 'cause
Who
it's
uses
Don't
the
Know show.
tagline "Be Fresh"? Okay, brands have sluggards.
Eat fresh.
It's Eat Fresh. That's what it is. It's Eat Fresh.
Eat fresh. It's eat fresh.
Oh, Be Fresh is Victoria's Secrets.
Is it really?
No. Oh my goodness. You are so gullible today.
I wish it was. Yeah,
no
eat
kidding.
fresh.
All right. So that's been settled.
Eat fresh. All right, it's been settled. All right. So now you said something in the
Genuine positivity message
positive
about
message.
New Year's resolutions.
yes. Are those a thing of the past?
Yes and no. I haven't even
What do you
read
mean
this
yes and
article,
no?
and I'm going to say yes and no. I'm going to say that there's still people that think that's a cool thing, a good idea to do.
I don't think there are that many anymore.
No, I'm sure it's way down.
I think it's like, I think maybe 20% of all the people will make them.
Well, the Hallmark
something to
Channel has all their Christmas shows are done now, and now they're doing New Year's Eve shows. So I'm assuming we're going to hear New Year's resolutions in their shows.
You think so? I don't think so.
I think so.
So, CNET Wellness, why you shouldn't make a 2021 New Year resolution, according to a psychologist.
Yes, because you
Resolutions could be counterproductive in a tough year. So don't bother for 2021. So my resolution for this year is not to make resolutions. How's that? Is that
cop
counterproductive?
cop out. That's what I'm calling it.
Is that counterproductive? Because we were making some, and well, unfortunately, we could never get the ultimate resolution was to get you out here.
Yes. Came really close. Susie actually said, let's go to Las Vegas. And then shit happened. We got sick.
Yep. But yeah,
She didn't want to travel out of the country with all the shit going on. So,
well, you don't know if you get back in.
That's why. Yeah. I'm like, well, if we go to the right place, who cares?
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
then I've been reading stories about families who are in places that they get stuck, but because there's no rooms anywhere, they're like,
they're homeless?
Kind of.
Really?
Yeah, they're living on the beach, which I don't know if I told you the story back when we first visited St. Kitts many, many, many moons ago. Ran into a guy who was literally living on the beach. All his life, he grew up living on the beach.
Okay.
So people do that in the
there
Caribbean.
A point? You said doo-doo. Was there a point to
I
your
said
story?
doo-doo. So it's not that, when you're in an area where the temperature is never below, 60, it's...
Was there a point to your story?
No.
Oh, you were just talking.
I'm just talking.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I do have a pseudo resolution because I realized, as I talked to you earlier, as the show was first starting, that I'm not happy with the fact that the stress and, of course, the food at this time of year, I put weight on, and I'm very unhappy with that.
So you're trying to eat less calories than you?
No. I noticed that when I started doing some physical labor things, I got out of breath very, very quickly because I'm out of shape. So I am going to, I was actually going to do it tomorrow, but now I have to go down and help my brother out tomorrow. So I'm going to start getting up at my normal time, but instead of dinking on the computer for an hour to wake myself up, I'm just going to get on the damn exercise bike and force myself to wake up by exercising.
Well, that'd be cool.
No, it's going to be boring. I hate it. I just absolutely hate it, but it's a necessity. I can't afford to not be in good shape this year.
But yeah, I got to do the same thing. I'm starting to push things the wrong direction. So,
well, I have to do my DOT thing again this year. Every 2 years, I have to do that treadmill test.
Oh yeah, you got to get back in shape for that.
Yes. Otherwise, I sound like a freaking freight train.
Yep.
It's really kind of funny because they say you only need to do 10 minutes, but they push you. They say, oh, we could do another 2 minutes. Oh, we could do another. So you're on there for like 20 minutes instead of 10. And you're like, can I stop now?
No, I'm only doing 10. The rule says, the test says 10. We're doing 10.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
I have no problem with the first 10 minutes. It's after that it starts to affect me.
Yeah.
But, if I'm in better shape, it won't matter then. Because I remember, I used to ride my bike all over the time.
Me too.
I really wish I had a decent quality bike, but even on OfferUp, used bikes are selling for $300 and $400. It's like, what?
Oh, because you don't have a bike anymore?
No, I haven't had a bike in probably 20 years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Had one at the old farm, but because there wasn't a safe place to put it, it just got all rusty.
So I didn't see this as the big push this year for Christmas presents, that Amazon has this thing called Astro.
Yeah.
It is
cool.
It's a home robot.
Yeah.
Or a dog on wheels.
Yeah.
Or, as some people said, Alexa on wheels.
Yeah. Burp, burp, burp,
Why
burp,
would you want
burp,
that?
Burp, burp. Why not?
There it is.
I mean, I'm sure it was on sale for less than $1,000.
I don't even know. What does, the video is pretty weak.
You have seen one of the things that's very popular this year is the robots that put the pad on so you could FaceTime people and they could take over the robot.
Yeah, they've had those for a long time.
Yes.
So this is supposed to be a version of that? What?
Yeah, right. It's like supposed to be the home toy version of that for kids.
Let me see.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. Amazon Astro.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
It's $1,000, dude.
I'm sure it was under $1,000 on sale.
$999.99.
Right, under $1,000.
A robot.
Yes.
What are we going to do with a robot?
Well, Astro, follow me. miss you.
I miss you too. Hey, you got the toy I sent.
Yeah, I love it. Astro, follow me.
Cool. All right, race ya.
Come on.
Told you I turned it off.
And now I totally believe you. Ooh, yikes.
That's good.
Message from Steve. Remember to eat something green today, Dad.
Check. Hey, now that's something good. I like this commercial.
Yeah, but again,
look, it's just like a Roomba. It goes and perks itself on the charger.
yeah, charging.
Aw, isn't it cute?
Hey, Barbie. Just return the dogs.
Astro, let's dance.
Thought we weren't home, huh? You thought wrong. It's a good try, though.
Now we're getting useful.
What? Thank you. All right, I'm in.
Great.
Knew it. See, they brought it around. I'll wait till they come down in price.
Well, they had those flying ones, remember? Well, I mean, the flying one wouldn't bring you a beer. Remember the one flying
Yes.
robot that would fly around your house in case somebody broke in or stuff like that? So
It's all coming. You remember Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams?
yeah,
It's not going to happen in our lifetime, but it's going to happen.
$999.99. Introductory price.
$9,900. The bottles of beer on the wall.
After the introductory price, the price will be $1,449.99.
That's why you have to get one that's on sale.
Available exclusively by invitation.
Ooh. Were you invited?
Oh, you got to request an invitation.
Oh, I see how that works.
Which I will not be doing.
Well, you know, what else are you going to do with the money you make? I'm saying, you know.
Gotta start working on our taxes now.
I was smart. When my brain came back from when I had COVID, you know, everything was bad for like 10 days. Brain did not want to function. Once it started functioning, I caught up, since I couldn't do anything else, I caught up all my paperwork all the way up until the end of November. So I only have 1 month of stuff to do, and I'm ready for my tax season. Yay!
Yay! Good for you. We have time for more subjects.
Yes,
So we have talked about the 3D printed houses.
we have.
Did you know that there are none in the United States occupied until December 22nd?
Did they occupy them with 3D printed people?
No, but that does bring up very
guess,
interesting.
though, right?
But it's something cool. So Habitat for Humanity
Okay, that makes sense.
is the ones who did it.
Okay, yeah,
So
makes
Habitat
perfect
for
sense.
Humanity, world's first 3D printed owner in Virginia on December 22nd. There's the house in the background. Notice the tent looks bigger than the house,
Yes,
but there's the see. Look, Kai did the ad.
there it is.
Now
Yeah,
the ad is showing up. That's funny.
you bet.
Well, there's a house getting 3D printed. Okay.
I got to admit,
There's
that
the
is
outside house.
actually genius.
You can see that, right? You can see the little lines in there.
Yes. What I'm curious about is how I can't remember when we did the show. Aren't they supposed to be sturdier and more energy efficient?
They're cheaper to build, but I don't know about all the other stuff. But here's the cool part. The house comes with a countertop 3D printer. So you can create knobs, light switches, and other replacement parts for things that come with the home.
Okay.
So how cool is that? You break a knob on one of the cabinets, you just print yourself a new one.
Sounds like a
Need
good
a new
idea.
light switch, print yourself a new one.
I don't know if I'd want to keep it in my kitchen, but
well, that's where they put it though. But I mean, pretty cool, huh?
yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research on that. If they're
on
one of the problems that we have with our home is when it was built, they did not build it energy efficient, which is surprising to me.
Why?
Because the year that they did all this add-on stuff was when everything was going green back then. Everything was about building more. There's a house right down the street from me. That's one of those geodomes.
Well, that's not necessarily energy efficient.
Geodomes? That's one of the whole reasons they were built is they're supposed to be energy efficient.
I don't know. Show says I don't think that's correct.
Well, we'll talk about it next week then. No, I'm going to look it up now because I don't believe you. I got to love Steve. You know, we got all these shows subjects that we could talk about. Instead, he goes on what I say, trying to disprove me.
They are extremely not just energy efficient, but they're extremely energy efficient. Geodesic homes promote more efficient air circulation and keep temperatures even throughout the structure. This can make them 2 to 4 times more energy efficient than traditional homes. How is that possible if you put up walls and stuff like that? These homes insulate very efficiently due to their unique shape.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
We looked into those. You know what else is incredibly energy efficient? The log homes that have been built in the last 40 years.
They're very strong. I know that. Where's the disadvantages? It says, no. It says it says advantages and disadvantages, then they only list the advantages. Okay, that's a crappy article.
Yeah, I know. One of the disadvantages was the shapes of the rooms are not. Most people are used to rectangular or square rooms.
Right. And how do you do curtains? How do you do curtains on windows like that?
Exactly.
Riddle me this, Batman. How are you going to put a curtain on that window?
Carefully. Not as hard as you think, actually.
Yeah, it is.
No, because the curtain isn't that shape. The curtain's a regular curtain. It just goes across the windows.
Yeah, but it's hanging like this. So the curtain's hanging like that.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Look again.
Go back to the picture. You're looking at it from the outside. You can't even see the curtains from the outside.
Right here, look.
Do you see any
that
curtains?
Window? Look at the slant that window's on.
Yeah.
If you hang the curtain across the top, it's going to hang straight down, which means the whole bottom is going to be open.
There is a. I'm trying to remember what the damn things are called. The things that the curtains hang from. There's one on the top and one on the bottom.
You mean curtain rods?
Curtain rods. That's the word. Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
The rods are on the top and the bottom.
No.
Yes. I've been in the house down here. That's what they do.
No.
We almost bought it. But it didn't have what we needed.
Well, which is what?
We needed the room for Mom and Pa to come and live with us.
Did they ever do that?
Yeah, they lived with us till they passed on.
So they lived in this house?
In the house we're in now, yeah. And the reason we haven't sold it is because we thought my dad was going to come up here, but he's been refusing. So, but it might come to the point where he's not going to have an option because we cannot go on doing it the way we're doing it.
That's from Life Will Go On. That's from oh God, I can't think of the name of the movie Titanic. Why can't I think of it?
Movie Titanic? You know, I've never really watched the original Titanic movie, but I did not watch the blockbuster from the 80s or 90s. Because I already know what happens. The damn boat sinks.
Look, no curtain rod on the bottom. No curtain rod on the bottom. Really poorly fitting curtains.
Yeah.
No curtain rods on the bottom. Look. See?
Then how is the curtain following the contour of the wall?
It's got
There's not
ropes
a-
across it. See the ropes?
Well, that's like a curtain rod. It's an individual
curtain rope.
style.
Yeah, a curtain rope. Again, hangs straight down, doesn't fit the window properly. I was right. Deal with it.
Hi, Goobs.
Hi, Goobs.
Are you
Come to
mad
save
at
Scott
Steve
from his
for being a
craziness?
butthead?
What's next?
What's next? Something about walking from bed to home office is a workplace accident.
Yes. So dig this, right? With everybody working at home now, we have new workplace accidents.
That would make perfect sense.
The employee argued that remote workers shouldn't receive less protection from accident insurance for those who work in an office. But do you get covered on your way to work? Like if I'm driving to work, when do I get covered?
Once you walk in your place of employment.
Place of employment. So if your house is a place of employment, they cover everything. So like if you're in the bathroom and you slip and fall in the bathroom on a break, you're covered on workman's comp.
Damn good question.
Well, in Germany, the federal social court delivered a victory for the sales manager who broke his back at home.
Did you fall down the stairs?
Yeah, he slipped on a spiral staircase in his apartment, walking down the floor to his home office and broke a thoracic vertebra.
Okay.
Crazy, huh?
Yes and no. I understand that if you're on the clock, you're on the clock no matter where you are.
Right.
But it just seems really kind of weird because if you're off the clock and you fall down the stairs, it's the same, you're not covered now.
Well,
Then I guess you would go on your own insurance, right?
If your salary, you're on the clock. So
Yeah.
if I'm driving into work and I get into an accident, I want it to be a workman's comp claim.
So that's in
And
Germany.
I now have
Interesting.
unfortunately, I don't have a case in the United States as precedent,
Right.
but I do have a case
In Deutschland.
Sorry, in Germany. Yeah. Weird, huh?
It is weird. But hey, I like learning new things, so that's okay.
Do you?
I do. You got anything else new for us?
All right. Well, why don't you learn something?
We have time for one more show, one more subject.
We have time for one more show this year.
That too, yes.
Freudian slip.
Well, technically, no. This is our last show of the year.
Yeah, because next Sunday will be the first. No,
Uh-huh.
second.
No, the second already.
Second.
Yeah.
Holidays next year are crazy. Holidays next year are all on Mondays, including the 4th of July, till we get to Thanksgiving. Then it's on Thursday, and then Christmas and New Year are on Sunday.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Freaky. Sunday for New Year's Eve is usually
know that?
sucky, though. Or New Year's, yeah.
Did you know that?
I
know
believe that is correct. Because I don't know this off the top of my head, but
You believe it's correct.
I believe it.
Why-
Steve,
why-
I believe you.
Why are you doubting me on the Don't Know show?
I would never doubt you.
You are. You're doubting me on the Don't Know show.
So all I have to do is click right here on my calendar. Blink, it just opens right up.
All right. So here's my question for you. What would you like? Which subject would you like to do? Do a roulette wheel and pick one from the
Do
From
a
the- from
roulette
the-
wheel?
Let's subjects
see.
below.
Yeah, we have quite a few of them.
Yeah. Which
We've
one do
been
you like?
talking about that too much, so let's try something different.
I do Candy Cane Lane.
Oh, Candy Cane Lane. That sounds like a good idea.
All right.
I
Why
was
don't you introduce this while I get rid of the other ones?
okay. Candy Cane Lane. Let's see. Is that about? Obviously, it's about candy canes, right? Ooh, look how pretty they are.
Is it?
Welcome to Thomason. Every day we publish. Oh, never mind. Legendary, the candy canes were first invented to quiet noisy choir children during Christmas Mass in Cologne, Germany, around 1670.
That's the legend.
As a distraction, the children were given sugar sticks in the shape of a shepherd's crook to eat.
That's the legend.
Okay. And then in
Now-
1920s in Chicago, the Bunty
Chicago.
Brothers Candy Company filed the first patent for an early candy cane machine to produce this iconic holiday treat more quickly. Interesting. Ooh, Bob's Candies is now Farley's and Sather's Candy Company. They're still
Right.
around. I eat some of their stuff.
Well, wait. So you skipped the part there.
I did.
It wasn't the two brothers for Bunty Brothers Candy that actually made the candy cane, though. Although Bunty Brothers held the patent, it was an Atlanta native, Bob McCormick, who eventually mass-produced the canes under the brand name Bob's Candy, now Farland Sathers.
Interesting.
So you skipped that whole line that was very important. Unfortunately,
look at this.
The crook shape caused many of the hand-bent candy canes to break into candy's early days. It wasn't until Bob's brother Gregory filed the patent in 1957 for a machine that allowed the candy to be twisted and bent while still soft so it would work.
That makes sense. I mean, don't get me wrong. They still break pretty damn easy.
Now, how many are produced each year?
Okay. I'm going to say 1,763,216.
1,071.76 billion.
No. That is an estimated number. I gave you the correct number.
Okay. They do 2.7 million a day.
Now, I love the Sour Patch ones. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, they make all kinds of ones. I have not seen the Oreo ones.
I have not either.
They say they Jelly Belly, I know, Sour Patch, Oreo, the Smarty Candy canes I've seen. But yeah, that's crazy.
Coo bonkers. So,
and this is only one candy manufacturer that manufactures 45% of the candy canes in the United States. That does the 2.7 million canes per day.
Impressive.
That is amazing. Amazing. I wish they would make these lights easier, the ones that play to the music. There's still kits you got to put together. I don't know why they don't have them, so you just plug them in with the LEDs.
Yeah.
And the screens and all that stuff. You've got to do all the little programming and all that stuff. And all these guys are super geeks and have time to put it all together.
That's
I would do it.
Exactly.
I would do it if it was easier and it just, they have some kits, I guess. Some light kits you could buy and plug in.
You get those at Maynard's and Lowe's and stuff. They have those. The one that I was going to do, I had the program on my computer and it was really, really awesome. The problem is literally it takes a month of 2 to 3 6-hour days each week to put it all together and hook it up and get it. It's just ridiculous.
Let's see if they have it here. No, I don't see it. It's all light strips and stuff. So the Don't Know Show can't find it as fast. Wow lights.
Just like what my background was last week's show, right?
Holy crap.
Only in India.
Check this out.
Scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will
this is just the controller package. $1,599.99. Oh no. It includes pumpkin kits and tombstone kits.
Right. But still, $1,600. But how many? Look at all the people that spend $10,000 on a 4-wheeler, or $12,000 on a snowmobile.
Here's one for $400. Pumpkin kits, 9 tombstone kits, red floodlight, blue floodlight, 2 throws. That's cool.
Now we're gonna get in trouble for playing Ghostbusters.
I don't know if I played it long enough. Did I play it long enough?
Probably.
Did I beat
That's
Shazam?
Right. Shazam!
Before Shazam realizes what it is.
Yeah. All right. Yes, it is that time, folks. It's the end of our show. Oh, how sad. But we do have one last thing that we got to do.
We have to, hold on. Where is, it's over here. Have to go here. Oh, come on.
Over here. Over here.
I have to go. Why is this being such a pain?
Because we're already past our time, so you want to stretch it out longer because you're good at
past our time.
Yes,
you make it sound like they kick us off or something after a certain time.
No. Oh, look, more people just signed in, and we're going to it's the end of the show, but that's okay.
But that's okay because they're going to like and subscribe, watch it later. All right, go ahead. You figure out what the word of the week is.
Okay, the word of the week is extravaganza, which
is the show that I went to see.
Show. Well, no, our show. It's our show.
No, it's a show in Vegas with showgirls and everything. And for some reason, why is this not working?
The definition of extravaganza is a lavish or spectacular show or event, which is ours. Something extravagant, which is us. And of course, a literary and musical work marked by extreme freedom of style and structure, and usually by elements of burlesque or parody. Now,
burlesque or parody. That is the show that I went to see at Bally's called Extravaganza.
Oh, I see.
I'm trying to find the pictures of it. I don't know where it is. This is Christmas. I think I saw Extravaganza after This Is Christmas.
Okay, well.
There's Dakota's graduation.
Just so you know, Steven takes approximately 300 pictures per week. So it takes him a long time to go through them.
Well,
I only do about 8 a week.
I could show you here, but I want to show you.
It's not the same thing
on the computer.
Yeah.
And it's not loading fast enough.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Oh, here it is. La, 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 la. There you go. That's a cool picture, though, yeah?
It is.
I mean, look at how focused she is. I mean, in focus, not like
yes, in
focus,
focus, yes.
This is
and she's probably focused too, because if she wasn't, it would screw up the show.
But yeah, this is Extravaganza. I gotta wait for it to pop into focus. This is the problem.
Bloop.
There we go. Now it's in focus.
Yeah, cool, it does look kind of burlesque.
It's a cool show. Oh, that's another good focus.
That's a good picture right there.
These are good. Okay, you know what? That's a pretty good picture. Oh, that's Sylvia. So Sylvia is a lady with the crossbows who shoots the crossbows into the other things, and it shoots the apple off her head.
Yes.
Trying to get to the apple. Let it pop in place here.
Up goes the weasel.
There it is. Look at that. See the apple on her head?
I do.
So she shoots the crossbow to crossbow to crossbow to crossbow to crossbow to crossbow. And then
it shoots the apple off her head.
Where's the arrow in the apple on her head? Well, I think I got a shot of that. There it is. Wait for it to pop into focus. Why is it so blurry? There it is. It's got to pop into focus. I told you it was taking a while.
That's right.
Again, you don't listen.
There you go.
See the arrow?
Pretty cool.
Is there a way to zoom? Yeah.
See, one of the things that I don't understand, because granted, those stuff are on tripods, but when you hit that tripod, doesn't it make it move just a little bit? You know what I mean? So if it was ding and then the wee out into the audience and poke somebody in the eye, that would be bad.
Yeah, I know they did, but this is one of the cool parts here. I forgot about this part of the show. This is my sister liked the most. The guy is in the motorcycles in the dome.
Oh yeah. They used to do that at the Walworth County Fair until the guy crashed and blew up.
Oh, really?
Ooh. Yeah.
That's not good. Yeah, see him in
No, he wasn't. He was in the hospital, but didn't die. But his motorcycle was done because it literally just went kaboom.
Yep. All right. It's taking too long for this thing to load. See what I mean? It's so slow. But that's Extravaganza.
You're getting compliments on how great your pictures are.
Oh, yeah. That's Jeannie who was at the show.
Of course it is. Yes.
Very cool. All righty. So did we finish Extravaganza besides
yes, all done.
So yeah, the pictures turned out really good. I'm gonna have to do a post for that show.
It's probably not a bad idea.
It's a good show. I like it. It's a variety show. It's good. So cool, man.
One of my writers' cats got killed today.
Oh, way to end the show, Scott. Thanks.
I know, it's depressing.
Way to bring the show down. You have no filter, do you?
I do. It's just a weird filter. It's got like these gigantic freaking holes in it.
I mean, like, it's the end of the show. We're trying to leave the year. That's what people are going to remember our end of show is. Scott killed a cat.
Jeannie, will you remember? I didn't kill the cat.
Scott killed a cat on our last show of the
not.
year. Nice going. It was Schrodinger's cat. I didn't know it was dead till you told me. As far as I was concerned, it was still alive.
Did you stick your hand in the box?
I didn't have to. You stuck your hand in the box.
Nope. You
stuck your hand in the box. You opened the box. I didn't open the box.
You need to stick your head in the box.
I like to stick my head in the box.
No, just your face.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, thank you for watching our goofy ass.
My
by the way, Norm, we're going to say this one more time.
How could you not understand that?
I don't know.
I like to stick my head in the box.
I got it right away.
No, you
That's why you
said my face.
You keep.
No,
I said your face is
wrong
better.
head.
No, face is better. Trust me on this.
No, trust me.
Anywho, your little sister is hearing you talk like a slob.
Okay,
Jeannie, I apologize for Steve's
and
words.
your point is what?
That's right. She's used to it.
So she's been my sister my whole life.
That's right. Well, no,
she's been your sister
her whole life.
She's been exposed to it.
She's younger than you, so it's her whole life, not your whole life.
She's been exposed to it.
I'm sorry that you had to see that, Jeannie.
My whole life too.
No, you were born first. You got what are you, 2.5 years older? 4 years older? So for 4 years of your life, she wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
See, so not your whole life.
The whole life I've had a sister. She's been my sister.
Happy New Year, Jeannie.
The whole life that I've had a sister, she's been my sister.
And thank you for the card. I'm sorry. We did not do good this year in getting cards out. Very bad.
Oh, you do cards? I didn't know you did cards.
We usually did. We didn't do them this year, though.
Did you light your dragon?
Oh, yes. I took the video of it. We think there was too much air movement in the room because it's too close to the heater vents.
But how did it smell?
Do you remember punks? I'm not talking about the ones that beat us up.
Did you do the sage one? Did you do a brown one or did you do a lavender one?
I did an orange one.
I don't know what flavor the orange is.
I didn't see a list of flavors on these things. So
I have to look. Hang on.
It reminded me of a punk that you lighted. How when you're sitting out in the yard to keep the mosquitoes away.
Well, some are better, some are worse. Orange is sandalwood. That would exactly be like a punk. Yeah, that's sandalwood.
Yeah. So it wasn't overpowering because that's what I was afraid of because I have a problem with strong scents. There you go. So I'll have to look that up.
That won't focus. I'll just text this to you.
Okay.
And this isn't theirs. This is just one I found. So it could be right, might not be right.
So I do notice that we have, while he's looking for that, we do have some new people
watching
the show today.
I was going to say thank you for watching, but if you want to do the romper room thing.
The romper room? I remember romper rooms only.
I see. Who's watching us?
I see. Caxips 6. Looks like Lighted Up. Painfulist. Soy Club Burville. Those look new to me. So I'd appreciate it if you would share our like, subscribe, and share. We're going to say it one last time at the end here, but we've been trying to get more people to share, which is very, very helpful.
Well, with that, I want to say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision.
Okay. I know. They can't even do it with a straight face anymore. Please subscribe, like, watch other shows and channels. Go find my link on What Happened to Las Vegas.
I think it's right there.
When you find those, you can get to my Instagram and my Facebook, and you can subscribe there, and you can see when I post pictures like that. And when I post pictures like warning, the only comment that Scott made was that picture of all the ones that I posted.
Of all the pictures you posted. Yes, I heard.
So you're weird.
I am.
I want you to enjoy life, and I want you to please make this your New Year's resolution to live every day, and we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and Happy New Year.
Be crazy, and just